So the lobby name said normal, so then I guess we go normal. Also because I want to show you how the maxed out advanced marine looks like. Because you can actually upgrade him with a ton of kills. It cost me like 500,000 kills for me to get to this point. So this is the maxed out state of the marine, of the advanced marine, the one that you get as a reward for completing the special mod. Now look at this, what did I get? I got the block ability. I got it, and then with every upgrade I improved it, and now I can block 20% of the incoming damage, which is pretty nice, but not necessarily useful for a marine, because as you can see, I'm not many times tankier than before. I only have 115 hit points. I have the grenade ability, which is pretty nice in the beginning, but then after you get your damage up, it's pretty useless. It deals only 200 damage. I have the steam pack, which has been slightly improved. Now as you can see, it increases my damage by 30%, which it did not before. And then instead of rock toss, I do have this penetrator round. Look at this. It also stuns enemy units, but it has a delay, the forecasting, so I need to cast like 1 second before I can really use it. I'll show you all of these. The grenade, the penetrator. Also I got a ton of bonus range and sight range. Look at this. Yeah, and it deals 300 damage, which is not a lot again. The spells are not very useful. These abilities are pretty okay, the steam pack and the blocking thing especially, but then the stun and the grenade will not be very useful in the future. Then as you can see on stats, on assault, I only have 800,000, whereas before I had 1 million something, no? So it's a big difference. 500,000 kills for this. To be honest, I do not think it was necessarily worth it. I think I would have been better off by keeping those kills. But just to see, because I was very curious, what can a maxed out marine do? As it turns out, he's got slightly more damage and then a block ability, but that's kind of it. Nothing very special other than that. And also I got a ton of bonus move speed. I think I got like 1.25 bonus move speed from all the upgrades. And also now I look like Jim Raynor, and my name is General Raynor instead of Marine. So there's that. Now my attack speed is the same, which is a bit disappointing because I expected it to go up. Now if you don't want to wait for a last tier hero, you could as well go for the advanced marine and then max him out, but usually I would not recommend that. I think you're better off doing something else with your kills. Yeah, as you can see, this thing also stuns for 4 seconds. Not particularly useful, but it's okay. It's an okay spell. Also, I did not get any extra mineral upgrades. I have the exact same ones. So the grenade and the sniper are gonna be just as useful as they were when I got them, because you don't get them at this state. Extra upgrades always improve their statistics. For example, first time I got the grenade I had like only 2 charges, now I believe I have 6. And also this thing had a way lower range. And also steam pack did not give 30% attack damage. You can also see some of this on my other video with the advanced marine. I got a small steam pack damage boost. Now it's a bigger damage boost, as you can see, 30%. That's significant without any gas upgrades and such. So Jimmy here is a very strong marine, but he still cannot take on like last bosses. He cannot take on Stukov, he can't take on any other bosses after Stukov either, so he's mostly for survival. He can survive a lot of stuff because of his speed and his hit points. Because he's very tanky for a marine. And of course I want bonus damage with my talent points. Because after all I'm a marine, what else would you wanna go? To be honest, nothing else makes sense. Maybe the hit points, just so that you're tankier, but other than that, nothing. Even cooldown speed, your steam pack is practically at no cost. For hit points, this is nothing, I can just regen that in 2 seconds. Maybe you'd want the round with some extra cooldown because you can perma-stun one or more mobs, maybe a boss. But even then, it's not very useful, so yeah, I highly recommend you just go for damage and that's it. Maybe hit points just so you make sure you're extra safe. Now also, he's not designed for very hard difficulties. On the only patch that I see with this guy, the only significant upside is that you can fight Ravagers because of all the extra range and sight range, and that's huge. This makes the marine from an impossible to survive hero to an actual doable hero. I can survive with this guy. I can take care of tanks, I can take care of Ravagers, I think I can take care of Mutas, I can take care of pretty much every mob, except for the very big ones. I can also get rid of aberrations and whatnot, but it takes a long time. So usually I would not suggest going for big mobs, just for small ones. And also after you will max out, he will get probably a 12 speed with no special speed buffs, only the one with talent points, but that's kind of it. You can survive very easily with this version of the marine. Yeah, I do have also a bit of extra damage, not from steam pack but from 1 or 2 upgrades. I don't really recall how, but I do, so I can one-shot pretty much all of the small mobs. I'm still very weak against units with tons of armor like aberrations or bosses. From what I've heard and seen, I think the Ghost is a way better advanced version, because I've seen that her snipe is actually pretty impressive. Her snipe gets a ton of bonuses. Maybe I'll try that, maybe I'll go maxing out Ghost, but I'm not sure how much that will cost. It may cost more than 500,000 kills and I don't really have the stats. On Assassin I only have 1,100,000, so if I give up 500,000 I won't be able to play some of the Assassin heroes. So I must think about how I should do it. Maybe farm a bit more on Assassin and then go for it. Also you can do a calculation from the last time you've seen me, you've seen my assault kills until now, because I had 1,300,000 and that's kind of it, 1,300,060, and then I have 800,000, no, 883,000. So if you make that subtraction we get like 430,000 approximately. Yeah, Now it's 500,000 and something, 500,000 and a bit. So that is the sacrifice we need to make to get Mr. General Rainer. I mean, he's interesting, his modeling is interesting, his glowing is interesting, but other than that he is pretty useless. It doesn't really do much. Also, I do intend on maxing out with this guy and see what he can do on more advanced waves. Especially Ravagers, I'd like to fight some of those. So no matter what happens with the other teammates, I'll just stay here for a while and see how good is this guy, and show you, because I never got to try him long term to see how he does to wave 200 or so. Even though I don't think we're gonna get to 200, maybe 150 at maximum, and then I'm gonna leave. So far so good, I haven't been having problems with this guy. Jimmy has been a tough boy. Yeah, and also his damage. It does not slack, it's 170-ish damage. No, 140. Now 50, 150-ish damage. Together with his team pack. And with the level buffs, he would get to like 300 damage per hit. Also with the boss damage buff, you'd get to 400 damage per hit. So you could easily deal with mutas, with ravagers, even with tanks. But you must be careful, you're still very squishy. You're squishy to ravagers and to siege tanks especially. Especially to siege tanks. Those can still 5-shot you, so if you run accidentally in a bunch of those, then it's over. So I always suggest move with the attack move command, always, not the like right click. No, don't do this, because you might run into banelings, you might run into ravagers, you might run into something that's gonna one-shot you. Even though this is pretty self-explanatory, I've seen a lot of people just die to this. I've seen guys randomly taking baning baths that could have been avoided if they just used the attack move command. Because then when you see the banings, you just stop and attack them. Now we do have a Zealot, which is useless, we have a Marauder, which is okay, a Viking, which is okay, and then a Thor. The Thor is the best here. Best hero. I think I should do also a video on the Thor, because the Thor has some very interesting perks. He's got a very powerful healing spell, and if you put it on auto cast, you can literally AFK while making kills, because you get to like 2000 hit points. And with that thing, which heals you a ton, you can just AFK. Nothing bad's gonna happen. It's pretty neat. One of the only heroes you can really AFK with. It's the Thor and then the hybrid. And then maybe the Dark Templar if you get enough cooldown reduction. But that's about it. And I don't really recommend AFKing for farming, because that way you're not gonna get a lot of kills, especially because you will not be focusing small mobs. And basically how waves work in this game is once the things to kill get below like 200 or so, the next wave spawns. So if you just focus the big boss for a long while, then the next wave is gonna come very late. In case you ever wondered. I had to learn this for my infantry mode challenge, because there you would basically kill the big bosses very slow. Not even the bosses, but only the units, the aberrations and such. So basically you needed to know this, and I learned that out, and I always focused on the very small mobs, you know, like the small ones, so it would always go below that number. Sometimes it's 200, sometimes it's 150, but around that range. And I remember we just stacked like 40 big units, 40 aberrations together with ultralisks and whatnot. It was fun in the beginning, but then it just got so boring, so repetitive. But now Jimmy here seems to be a lot more fun. If you got this guy, if you got this advancement in the infantry mode, it would probably be 1,000 times easier, because you would just be way faster, you'd be way tankier, and you could sneak way easier behind them and just get the small mobs first to end the waves. Now we do have a Marauder and a Viking here. They based already, but I don't really need extra resources. I got most of what I need. The Marine and in general low tier heroes are very easy to max out, especially with mineral upgrades. With gas is the same for all of them, but with minerals it's by far the easiest with very weak heroes. The Marine I think costs like 6,000 minerals to max, but then the battle cruiser costs like 500,000, and then the hybrid still 500,000, around that number, and then the mothership, which I guess it's the most expensive, it's about 700,000. I never got to max out the mothership because that was so expensive. Also the higher tier one also need gas to max out on the mineral upgrades. So basically for some of these you would need gas and minerals, which makes it a lot more difficult, especially in the beginning. But after you've maxed out on gas buffs first, then you will basically have more gas than you need, so there's not gonna be a problem late game. But only early game. Do I have speed boots? I don't think I do. I need speed boots to be faster. This one can get way more speed than the smaller one because of the percentages of the steam pack. Because now I technically have more base speed. Was the Viking AFK? Yeah, I think he was. You cannot be AFK with the Viking. You can just fall very easily. Look at the Zealot. He almost got smacked by banelings. The only tank that can withstand large number of banelings is the hybrid and maybe the firebat. But not even the Thor can do that. He can withstand a couple tens of them, but at like 70 and or 80 he falls. I believe the Thor also has some weird damage reduction thingies, damage reduction ability, which basically triples his health or something. But he cannot stand a lot of banelings. Maybe in the late game, after we get the damage reduction aura, then it's gonna be very easy for you to resist anything and everything. Next boss, I'll see if I can get this. Get some water. I've been talking here for a long time. Let's go for the boss. Let's see what do we have here. I assume it's gonna be the broodling, the huge broodling. Yeah, there it is. This one also has a lot of regen. Yeah, it regenerates very quickly. I think this is the limit of the boss that I can take solo, because after this one the others are gonna have too much armor and or hit points. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty tough for me. Come on, man, attack the boss. 2 minutes. Yeah, I think I got this. But also I need to make sure I don't die to anything else, which can be very time consuming. Back off, back off. Yeah, no. Now I do also have the scout to help me, but so I could go for the broodling. I just need to micro well and start attacking it in time, because it's still very difficult for me to get any damage done. As you can see, the grenade doesn't really do a lot of damage. You can barely sit on a queen. That's to see how useful it is. But it can one-shot all other kinds of mobs. Yeah, it can one-shot roaches, hydras, think even ravagers, if you have the weakening auras. But as a marine you don't really have anything anti-bosses or big guys. This one stuns them but doesn't really do a lot of damage to them. Let's see. The Marauder is still out there? Why does he not have a base? Surprisingly he did not base. Or I think he died, he might have died. Nah, now he'll die again. He did not have enough move speed. And the creep basically slows you. It just slows you, and if you're not quick enough and you get caught into the creep, and then the overlord is faster than you, you're pretty much dead. Because then more overlords are gonna come to you. Yeah, how much speed? They also have 2.4 speed, so they are not slow. If you've got a slow champ that cannot get rid of overlords very quick, then you're screwed. But usually you wanna go for speed boots and the talent points. Speed boots, speed boost. And with those, with most champions it's pretty much impossible to die to overlords. They used to be very strong against me, but only when I didn't really have talent points. Because back in the day there was no such thing as talent points. This has been a very recent addition. By very recent I don't mean like a couple months ago. I think it's almost a year now, but I don't recall exactly how old it is. It may be older than I anticipate, because I've only been playing this game after the big update that basically changed all the difficulties and almost all the champions. That update basically nerfed all of these champions, but as well as the enemies. Not sure why, maybe it was lagging too much with so many units moving so fast. Because now they don't have nearly as much move speed boost as they used to have on higher difficulties. They had like 4 for the regular units, 4 for the hydras, 4 for the infested, but for the speedlings it was like 6 or 7. There was no way you could outrun those unless you went for a marine or something. But now even on the most difficult ones, yeah, they don't get a lot of move speed. They're just very slow. You can outrun them easily with a marine, with a regular marine, with little to no boosts. Grenade! I'm just using it because I want to show you how it looks. But yeah, it's much faster if I just attack move. Which is pretty sad, because I don't really know why they've added these 2 spells if they didn't really do anything. Look at this boss. Can I take it? It's got 50 armor. I can still deal some damage to it. Yeah, but also the scout is helping me. Yeah, the scout has way more DPS than the marine, even though the marine is technically more expensive. But I'm faster. But he has special speed boosts in his abilities, so I'm not sure. Okay, time to max. I have 3000 gas. It's fair to say I need to go and max out. Now, how did they die? How did Thor die? Makes little to no sense to me. I guess he was just AFK and he got smashed by the boss. Yeah, cause that boss deals a lot of damage. 60 damage per hit and also has one like attack speed, so he's got 60 DPS. And he's also tanky. I'm not sure if you can knock back the boss with the Thor ability. Yeah, a lot of guys from here really want AFK. I see them. The Thor, even that Viking. They're just trying AFK farm. And I really see why. Because it's very difficult to go on higher difficulties and farm. Or get the infested structures and farm. But the most time efficient farming strategies are by far completing difficulties and going for the structures. What do we not have? Cooldowns, we don't really need this, but okay. And then I guess vitals, yeah, go for them. They tend to be very useful on the Marine. Because now I've got 300 hit points with 20% damage reduction. And while I can still get one shot very easily, I don't have to worry about the small mobs, at least. So that's a plus. Now look at me. I've got 11 move speed with the Steam Pack. This is what I was talking about. The Marine is now even faster than he was before. I remember I've done a video on the Marine and I got like 9 move speed if I recall correctly. Now this guy has 11 plus 11.23. Now if you get the specific boss, you can also go for the double move speed boost, even though I already have more move speed than I would need. If I went up to like 22, I would literally have so much move speed that I couldn't even follow my own character on the screen. So no reason to go for that one, but just for fun you can. If you wanna make all of your allies dizzy, just walk around them, you can go for that one. Because the Marine is the fastest mob in this game. The Marine with the buffs and the upgrades. Look, I'm so small, I even struggle to take the energy buffs. Now that's the Infestor. Now that thing is starting to have... oh, no, it's still 50 armor. From like 75 plus armor it gets very difficult for me to deal any damage to the bosses. So I would not like to see that. I'd like to see more like 50 armor bosses at most. Many guys also complain that if you don't have a strong enough hero, you basically cannot get the bosses beyond Stukov, and that's true. Look at this. I got the most speed buff and I do have 20. Look at this. I almost died. That is too fast. That is too much move speed. Way too much move speed. So I don't want to go for any more move speed. If we get the boss, that is. Now I'd really like them to just make the bosses on lower difficulties possible to get by using low tier heroes. Because now you really need a Cyclone or a Battle Cruiser to get the last bosses, which give the most OP buffs. The first bosses don't really give anything. They literally give nothing, just a bunch of XP and kill bonuses. But if you wanna play for the longer game, you want all of the buffs. because they give double damage, they give double health, they give double cooldown, they give double a lot of things, also double speed. They give a 50% hit point reduction aura, and they also give a 75% weakening aura that stacks with the level 8 aura. So those boosts tend to be very OP, very strong. It's a shame that low tier players miss out on all of them. Look at all of these. Also these health and energy and cooldown drops were not here before the updates. Now, I'm not sure why they've added them. I guess it's for a small buff as a reward for killing the enemies, because most of the times they are either useless or they don't spawn frequently enough. They don't make a big difference, but it's just a nice addition, I guess, to the game. Am I maxed? Let me... Yeah, I am. I have everything. I have the range, I've got 21 range, yeah, now I can definitely deal with Ravagers. Yeah, this thing now has 75 armor, so it's gonna be difficult for me to do anything to it. Now these small marines, yeah, they deal no damage. They have less damage than the thing has armor. Now the scout deals quite a bit, yeah, because he's got 100 plus damage. So it takes a long time to get the big things. If you wanna rush through the waves, never attack the big mobs, just the ultralisks, because they don't have a lot of armor. The aberrations are pretty tricky, and then the abominations are even trickier. 225 damage right now without the double damage buff. So I believe then it's 300 with the double damage buff, because the double damage does not take in consideration other auras, like the damage buff auras that I got from leveling up. It's 300 plus with the steam pack, of course. I'm also calculating the steam pack in there. Oh, Stukov! Oh, I can die so easily to Stukov. As you can see, I could stand one blink on top of me, but still, if he does that twice and cast his damage spell twice on me, then I'm pretty screwed. I'm over. Nope, nope, not again. Why is he going for me? Yeah, look at this. 100 armor. This is getting ridiculously hard. We also need something to tank. Oh god, oh god, oh god, he's on me. I did not realize that. Why are you on me? Go for the scout or something. This is so annoying. Look at this, he's healing faster than I can damage him. From now on it gets a bit too difficult to fight bosses. Yeah, Scout is given up too. These tiny ships now deal no damage because they have less damage than Stukov has armor. Yeah, and the Marauder is also getting ghosts now. He probably realized that the armor is pretty much a problem. The armor is a big problem. Now these big Ultralisks have only 12 armor, while the aberrations have, what's that, 75? Yeah, 75. So it's way better to attack the Ultralisks than the aberrations. But how are T-Rexes? They have 40 armor, it's still a huge damage reduction, but it's still doable, you can still attack those, but aberrations are very tricky with 75. Okay, so another one left. We're gonna just have to let all of the future bosses expire, unfortunately. So we're not gonna have to see them. I'm gonna stay until the abominations and see if I can deal any damage to them. After those, all of the units have been seen pretty much. But then there's also the lurkers, but those have a ton of hit points. No, they have hit points, they have damage reduction, and they have a ton of regeneration. So the marine will be unable to deal damage to those at all. To get those you need percentage health damage together with some weakening auras. You cannot get rid of those with like good old marines or even the scout. They are too tanky. And then after seeing if I can take care of abominations, I'm gonna be done for this video. I don't think the marine is worth all those kills, but it was fun to have. It's more like a collector's piece, because you're never gonna use it, but it's just cool to have. Look at the mutas. It's also hard to get rid of these. Yeah, there's so many and they have so much hit points, so much health. Yeah, it just takes a long time to get rid of them. Oh god, the snipe does not work on them, nor does the grenade. So I can only rely on my attacks to get rid of them. And this is taking so long. Oh, that's so many small mobs. Look at this. One shot, one kill. Literally. Okay, time to leave. I don't want to have to deal with any more mutas or aberrations. Is it just me here? It's me and the Marauder. I will just try and skip to the abomination waves, because these are beginning to be pretty boring. What did I get? That was a buff. What was the buff all about? I don't know. No, there's no way I can destroy the boss. Where is the Marauder? What is he doing? I don't quite have time to see. I'll just keep farming here, and maybe he only has one barracks. He's got one barracks and he's just controlling it. I don't see the Marauder. I don't see the physical Marauder. And I guess you can do that if you want, like just controlling one barracks so that you don't get killed. I think he's doing just that. Let me see. Yeah, he's just controlling a couple marines. No, that thing tends to do a lot of damage. Now where is it? It's gone. Let's take care of some mutas. Now I have the weakening range, the weakening aura. It's pretty nice. Okay, I don't wanna accidentally step in a couple of mutas or banings. I'll make sure that does not happen, and then just take care of the wave. Was that teal? Pretty sure that was teal. Is it just me now? No, it's also purple and green with me. They're both in game, but I don't see them. I guess they're now controlling teal. Can I? Yeah, I can. Because he left, I can control his stuff. If I remember correctly, back in the day, if one guy left, his hero would also die and everything that he owned, but it's no longer the case, and that's a big buff for us. Say that one OP BC leaves the game because of connectivity issues or something, and then you can just control him. You don't have to not own that unit anymore. And that's big. That was a nice snipe. I guess also if you wanna target units behind the big ones, you can also use your E, because it has a big hitbox. Look at that. Yeah, I can just keep the waves by doing this over and over again. And bam! Get was like 50 kills in one shot. This thing is pretty cool. For kiting especially. You can kite very nicely with this thing. Oh, that is so many. Yeah, look at that. It looks so nice. It just looks beautiful. And the range is pretty big also. I'm gonna try and go behind them. Now because I'm so small, I can also technically go through the enemy units. So that's a thing. Apparently. I know I tried this before with weaker marines and it worked. It's a shame that the E doesn't work on air units. I could also use the grenade, but it has a way shorter range, which is a shame. Yeah, look at the cast range, it's like 7 or so. Must wait for them, get the ones from the back. I guess that just new wave spawned. I hope that the abomination waves are gonna come soon, because I don't wanna have to kite 1,000 waves once again. I want to try and get like the smaller ones. Yeah, there you go. Some Hydra, some Banings, even Queens. Queens now get smashed very easily. Next boss. I have to be careful when the Haka gets here. I don't want to get dragged, because if I do, then I've lost everything. We've lost the game also, because other than me there are just these buildings here. They're gonna be killed in a matter of seconds. Look at all the mutas. So many of them that just clumped up. I got 400 things to kill. Come on, man. I guess this is fair, because the more you advance, the more units spawn per wave. Oh, that's Kerrigan. She deals a lot of one-hit damage. And also she can get rid of some of her own units. Yeah, look at that. Come on. Storm me. Nice. He can also cast 1,000 storms, but I don't want to get too close. Look at the mutas. There are gonna be so many big guys stacked up. I was afraid this was gonna happen. Now it's just me, unless one of the other guys wakes up and chooses something. I could really use a battle cruiser or a hybrid here to make this slightly easier. Okay, I'll just go through the back. See, okay, so here are the squishy ones. They're always in the back because they are slower than the big boys. The big ones are slightly faster than the small ones. Go I know, I still have 200 to get rid of. No, 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 no. The Kerrigan Storm deals a surprising amount of damage. Never wanna get too close to that. Okay, next wave. So for now under 200 means next wave. I wanna go around and take care of whatever spawns, because I guess this way it's faster. Yeah, this way is way faster than just waiting for them to clump up. Come on, where are you? There have to be more to spawn. As soon as I see that big group of big enemies, I must go the opposite direction. Yeah, there it is. Run away, run away. Really? Is this the wave? Is this the whole wave? Because in the last one there were like 400 and now all of a sudden it's just 100 spawned. Yeah, this one was a very small wave for some reason. Some waves are huge and some are very tiny. 105. Is this one also a small one? Yeah, I think so. Then it will only take me like 1 minute to get to the next. Now I don't think I'm gonna get to aberrations very soon. I'm not sure what the wave is for them. I'll hang out here until 115, and if nothing new happens then I'm just gonna leave. You've seen it, you've seen the Marine. He doesn't really do a whole lot. He's just a bit better than the regular Marine. I'm saying a bit, yes, because you can do pretty much everything with the Marine as with Jim Raynor. They're the same thing, except the Marine requires a bit more micro. Raynor is a bit easier, but is also a lot more expensive. Next boss. I hope that one is not the Haka. If he gets me with the drag once, then I'm over. Kerrigan is still alive, which is not very cool. I'll tell you that much. Nice, level 9. This was gonna be a huge boost for everything that I do. Cooldown and whatnot. Yeah, so here he is. He woke up. I guess he was AFK. It happens to me too sometimes. And he got smashed. Oh, it's the Broodlord. It's not the Haka, it's the Broodlord. The Broodlord can almost one-shot me. He deals an awful lot of damage. I need to see it first though. He's got like 15 range. And then you need to run from him so that the broodlings won't get to you. Oh nice, finally! Battle cruiser! I thought this was not possible, but it looks like Mr. Purple has it. I'm just gonna guard him for a while. Hope the Broodlord doesn't find us. I hope I can see it in time, because if I don't then he can get one shot. Look at that, he's got only 100 hit points with no damage reduction whatsoever. Bro, don't go there, don't. I mean, you did not have to. It would have been a lot better if you did that on the boss, but okay. I'll tell him just ask. Really, he died already. Ask yes if you need. Oh, there it is. Launching broodlings at me. It's there, it's right there. No problem. No, we can't. We can't. We cannot kill the boss because we don't have vision of him, and we cannot get vision of him. Because if we do, then it will just kill us. Because he's got a ton of range. There, and he died. Yeah, it's very difficult to deal with unless you are like an invincible hero, like an invisible one, or just Dark Templar or Viking. The flying Viking is also invincible for some reason. Yeah, this is taking longer than I thought. Still 220, just a couple more, and then we can move on. No, 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 no. The mutas deal a lot of damage if you're not careful. Next wave? Yes, next wave. Perfect. They just spawned, so I should go around looking for the new spawns. Come on, where are you? You're supposed to be like almost 200, and I barely see 10 of you. The Broodlord is gone, so there's that. Queens. Mutas. Yeah, mutas take a lot of time to take care of. Snipe, of course. As frequently as I can, I'm gonna try and snipe them. Look at that T-Rex that's gone. I guess they did spawn, but they are on the edges of the map. So they take a while to come to the mid, or to me. I still have 80 more to go. So I found some of them. Yeah, look at this. Here you are, buddy. Or guys. Also the mutas come to me no matter where I am. Like very quickly, they can fly. And also they can tank a lot of hits, so they're kind of annoying. I bet that is the Haka. That has to be the Haka. I hope it's not the Haka though. I wanna see those abominations before the Haka gets here, if possible. This is still hard and the bosses come pretty quickly. There's a truck, even though there is no reason for me to keep it alive. I don't need the experience anymore, or resources. Did Purple leave? No, he's still with us. He's just AFK. We also have another dude that is with us, but he hasn't respawned in a while, so I'll assume he's also AFK. Come on, now they're going for the truck. Look at that. They're all after the truck. And they got it, of course they did. Look at the mutas, why are they supposed to be so tanky? Mutas are not tanky, mutas are very squishy. They're supposed to be fast. And just fast, nothing more. Nice, more aberrations that spawned. And of course I'm sarcastic. Because those will take me 1 minute to kill each. It's gonna be 1 minute each. Okay, nice. Gotta get rid of the roaches. Even more? That's a lot of units. 400. I'm looking here, by the way, in the top left corner. 450 plus units? Just spawned? It's like 500. Such a big wave. It's like 300 new units. They just spawned on the map. It's not convenient for me. Okay, so we know the boss is gone, but we don't know what boss is gone. I've never seen it. Now I hope that was the Haka, because I did not get to deal with it. Okay, so this is the big group. They're all stacking in one place, which is nice for me. Yeah, look at that. That was like a 90 kill snipe. Next wave, of course. This feels a lot like infantry mode. I can't really get rid of all the big ones in any way. I can just stay and attack them for a long... Okay, siege tanks. That's oh god, oh god, oh god. Those will be tricky. They also have like 1200 hit points each. No, 25. They also have 50 armor. Oh god, great. I mean, not great. The tanks also have a ton of range. No, 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 no. Did you see that? That was all coming from 3 tanks. And you also have a lot of attack speed. Because why not give tanks the ultimate damage? So the tanks are technically the ultimate damage dealers in this mode. They're the scariest because they are tanky, they are many, they have a lot of range and they deal a lot of damage. Yeah, one lone tank here, but... Oh no, that was Brock, oh god. Now I have the debuff, the weird debuff, where I just randomly get damaged until I have 1 hit points left. I shouldn't have gotten close to him. Okay, now I'm gonna be very low. And I will just get one shot by everything that touches me. I must be very careful here. Shortly I will get one shot by anything really. My regen is eventually gonna outweigh the damage. Yeah, I think this is the limit. It cannot get me below like 40-ish, I assume. Because I also have a lot of regen. Because this deals damage based on percentage hit points, yeah, and I said that and now I'm under 30. I just try and go behind this. Steam pack is not the best idea here, but I need it for the speed. The debuff cannot technically kill me, but it will make me very squishy. Yeah, I just got under 20 for a couple of seconds. Must wait for the debuff to go away. I can't really do anything until it will be gone. Okay, the tanks. I cannot go behind them. I will have to go around them. If they corner me once, I'm dead. It's over. So I must not sit in corners. Always sit where I've got a lot of ways to run in case they come for me. Is it over? I think the buff's over. Nice. Now, if I meet Brock once more, he will cast that thing on me again, so I must be careful here. 13 more seconds until he's gone, and I can finally be back on what I was doing before the debuff. 2-1. Nice. Now I'll just move for more snipes. Come on, no, 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 no. I must go around the tanks. Because they deal so much damage. I'm gonna try and get them first. 1, 2. Also, I not use a couple of snipes for some extra kills. Perfect. For some reason, the Tyrannosaurus seems to just die. Or the T-Rex, not the Tyrannosaur. They're called T-Rexes in this mode. They seem to be taking damage while I'm not doing anything really, which is weird. Yeah, look at this. He's got only 700 hit points for some reason. $200. Yeah, now as you can see, they stacked only big guys here. I've got so many big mobs, and I cannot take care of them in any way. Next wave, we are almost at 115. If I don't see abominations until then I'll just leave, because I've shown you what this guy can do. Yay, Lich. Another boss that I cannot take out. I can survive very easily though. There is no easy way for me to go out. Next wave already. Look at that. There are so many siege tanks. No, 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 no. Yeah, the delay on my E is significant. It's very long. It's a bit more than 1 second, unfortunately. I have to do a big pause before and after I cast it, which makes it kind of useless. No damage, a lot of delay. It makes me susceptible to getting one shot by high damage enemies. Yay, double damage. This one is nice, but still far from enough to take care of any good or valuable targets. Yeah, the tanks are still very difficult to get. How much damage does Lich deal? Okay, so it's only like 90. That's good. And it will also sacrifice a lot of the guys for energy, because that's what it does. Wave 115. What's the spawn for this one? Really, still locusts. More locusts. That's so lame. Locusts are lame, and also Lich is dealing an awful lot of damage to me. Alrighty, so this was it. The maxed out advanced marine. I wouldn't say it was worth it. It's fun to try out, but it's not very useful. Now, I've seen that most of you who are watching my videos are not subscribed. And what are you waiting for? I'm posting daily, at the very least 2 videos lately. I finally have a good schedule. And this was the video. I'll see you guys in the next one.